here in North America, right? I'm actually, they were born in Canada. I'm actually American.
Yes.
For all intents and purposes, I'm actually Canadian now. I've been here over 30 years, right?
Yes.
But from what I've seen, right, like, everybody lives the same way. Now, if you have a little bit of more money than somebody else, you might have a bigger house, a bigger car. You might take a longer, bigger, better vacation. But when it comes to everything else, right, we all live the same lifestyle. It's all relative. No, nothing is really real, right? Nothing is really a big struggle. It's basically, there's no struggle to stay alive here or stay afloat. There's a struggle to achieve a level of, I guess, luxury, right? That's the only struggle you have here. Everything else is, you could be on welfare, right? Here in Canada. You could be on welfare, have like 3 or 4 kids, get a check of $2,500 a month, which is net, right? Mm-hmm. And live a pretty good life.
Well, it's not the greatest life, but...
You can have everything everybody else has. But, at a lower scale. You're not going to have a Rolex. You're going to have a Casio. You're not going to have a Mercedes. You might have a beat-up Toyota Corolla. You're not going to have a big house. You might have a nice apartment. You see, it all fits in together. It's just the level of luxury. That's all it really is.
Look, I got to tell you the truth there, It's a very interesting conversation because if you were born in the Western world or you live in the Western world, you've already won the first spin of the roulette wheel of life. If you were born, I don't want to be racist, but if you were born, as a white person, you've got less obstacles. I've got nothing against anyone, please, but you've got less obstacles to overcome. You know what I mean?
Yes.
If you were born male, I don't want to fuck off all the females in the audience, but it's probably better to be born male than female because you've got more opportunities to earn money. Okay.
In some places, better than most.
Yes.
You go to China, if you're born a female, right, they're going to discard you at some orphanage. You're born in the Middle East, a female, you basically got no rights.
Exactly. So to be born, white male in the Western world, you've already won 3 spins of the roulette wheel. You're ahead of most of the population. And the other interesting thing is, Andy, let me say this to you, right? I said this to a 65-year-old, well, actually 75-year-old man. I said, would you give up? He was worth a couple $1 million. And I said to him, would you give up your fortune to be 35 again? And he said in an instant he would give his fortune up to be 35, right?
Right.
He said time is the most valuable thing, really. I mean, you talk about money, you talk about how much possessions you have, but you look at it, time, if you're a young person, someone who's 20, they're kind of like, they're more valuable than a millionaire because they've got so much life left. You understand?
Yeah, but, look, you've heard the expression, we're all, men are created equal, right? It's in the Constitution, the American Constitution. Nothing is equal in this world, except for time. Now, some of us have more time than others. Okay? Well, what I mean by that is that somebody may live to be 45, somebody may live to be 95. But there's 24 hours in a day, and there's 60 minutes in an hour, and that's the only thing that we all basically share and have in common is time. So why not wear a nice piece on your wrist?
That's why men love watches so much, because
they're trophies. For me, it's a trophy. I'll tell you what it is. And you can make another video about this, right?
Yes.
That whenever I bought a watch, usually I buy a watch to commemorate an occasion, an achievement, something. So when I look at that watch, right?
Yes.
I remember what I've achieved. I remember that moment. And it's more than just a watch for me, right? It's a reminder. It's a trophy. It's something that validates my work, right? Not going out there and spending $5,000-$10,000 on a watch. That doesn't validate nothing, right? But when you buy it to kind of commemorate a certain occasion, some milestone that you've reached, that you've been working years to achieve, right? Then you actually respect and enjoy your pieces a lot more than you would if you just went out there and buy them because you like them, because they're attractive, because
So
they
tell
are
me this:
status symbols.
how many pieces do you have in your collection? Substantial, like we're talking good watches as opposed to dog
All right.
shit.
My two favorite watches, obviously, is the coaxial 300, the blue face version,
Yes.
often referred to as the Bond watch. The Black Seamaster 300.
Sorry, let's just go through the list. So the first one, the coaxial blue face, right?
Yeah. The black. And then second one is the black 300.
No. Well, what occasion did you get to celebrate that? Give me a year and the reason you got it.
On my 45th birthday.
Okay. And what year was that?
Okay. That was in 2010.
Okay, 45th birthday. That was the Omega. Yeah. That's the James Bond one, right?
Right.
Then you got a black one.
Before that I had the Black 300, the Seamaster Black 300.
And what did you get that for?
I got that for when I actually bought my first taxi medallion.
Okay.
Okay. My first Rolex Submariner I bought because actually that watch I didn't actually buy it because there was an occasion for it. I just bought it because I've always wanted it. But
why did you buy the Datejust, two-tone Datejust?
Why? I can't remember why. All I know is I wanted to buy a Rolex. It could have been my wife that she said, "Oh, it looks nice on you," or "It's a nicer watch." Okay. It could have been the fact that it was because I was in business at the time. I thought it was more. Oh, now I know why. It just came back to me. All right, back in the I read a book by Mac McCormack called "What They Don't Teach You in Harvard Business School."
Yes.
Mark McCormack was North America's first super sports agent. He signed Jack Nicklaus to a deal. I don't know if you remember the book.
Yes, I do.
And
it's a classic book.
On the front cover of the book, at least the version that I have, was Mark McCormack sitting at his desk with his hands crossed over, and he's wearing the Rolex that I bought. That's I think that was probably one of the catalyst motives and reasons why. Yeah.
And any other watches of recent times?
Well, I've kind of adjusted my outlook on things. I bought myself two Steinhardts, and I know you're going to call them dog shit. It's your favorite term, dog shit. But I needed two watches that actually I could actually wear when I'm doing things and while I'm cooking or working on a car or working on a construction site. If I have some real estate and I do a lot of upkeeping and renovating here and there, and I needed a couple of watches like that. And I also, one of the Steinhardts that I have is the Pepsi GMT. I wasn't sure if I should buy a Rolex Pepsi GMT. It's not that I can't afford to go and spend $5,000 or $6,000 on a Pepsi GMT. I could probably do that, but I wasn't sure I was going to like it. And I actually like the Pepsi GMT from Steinhardt, and I might swing it and get myself a Rolex version. I like the fact that I have the dual time, and I set it to the time in Greece because I have some. My parents are there, and we have an olive oil business, and I call them probably every couple of days. And I look at the GMT when I'm wearing it, and I know what time it is immediately in Greece. So
no, that's a fantastic. That's a fantastic thing to have there. It's geez, that's really interesting. Hey, I'm just